I just got the wired cruiser e-bike, and in this video I'll show you what you get out of the box, I'll show you adjustments I made to the settings, and I'll give you my thoughts on this e-bike.
You come around the corner and hit the throttle and be gone!
We are unboxing the wired cruiser. I've been looking at e-bikes for a while, watching a whole bunch of Tail Happy TV. That guy's fun to watch. I even still watch his latest video even after buying this one. I was looking around at bikes trying to decide what I wanted. Watching his reviews, I really liked the wired Freedom. That was kind of the one I was leaning towards because I wanted something more than just a Class 2 e-bike, but I didn't want something super crazy like the dual motor e-bikes. I also kind of liked the look of the step-through ones, especially with how he recommends the, I guess his name's Matt. Matt always recommends the step-through frame. But how do you open this thing? He usually just kicks these. If you guys watch my videos, you know I like electric stuff. I've been building some electric go-karts, and I have an electric car, and I've played with an electric leaf. So I like electric. So an e-bike seemed like a good next step. I do like some of those electric motorcycles, but I've never been a motorcycle guy. I got the orange titanium. I'm 6, almost 4. Tail Happy guy is 6'5". So that's one reason I've been watching him. This is the seat. Feels pretty good. Oh, you know what I'm missing? Come here, come here. Who's it? Well, I brought a dog, but now I'm just like Matt. That is heavy. No, tear off. All right. Ooh, that's heavy. Petals, Allen's, light, touch-up paint, attacher, bolts, Allen cable tie, booklet, charger. One for each battery. Let's get the other battery out. 2 sets of keys just came off this thing. Oh, they're numbered. Oh, that's fancy. Oh, I figured it out. I don't know what I figured out, but I figured it out. There's a key and a button. It'll let you do. I don't know which way I pushed it, but I moved it and the thing fell out. Let's go charge the batteries. All right, let's see how this front forky-doo comes out of here. It's like a little stand. That's why they have the guard thingy, the railer guard. Guys, I'm letting my hair grow out. I don't really know why, just this is what's happening. It's been getting in my face by the end of the day because my hair gel dyes. So I've been putting this bandana on, which does 2 things. Keeps the hair out of my face, and it really, really annoys my kids. So now I gotta figure out how to put the wheel on. The front wheel really wasn't that hard to get on, but the bike is so heavy and the wheel is so large, it was tough getting the axle through on my own. So I had my daughter start the threads while I held everything into place. That thing's big. Next, pedals are marked right and left. I don't even know if you'll be able to see my head in this, but I'm gonna sit on it. Oh, I didn't even use the whole, okay. Entry. Probably could stand to raise the seat. Tires probably need a little more pressure. Well, let's put the fenders on. I think the light attaches here too. The fenders were overall pretty easy to get into place, but you did have to loosen the rear basket in order to slide the rear fender underneath the basket. So the first thing I did with this e-bike is go into the settings and turn off Class 2 mode, which was probably a mistake. With Class 2 mode off, I took my first ride and I was ready to send this thing back. Even on Pedal Assist 1, the bike was way more powerful than I expected. The factory settings have Pedal Assist 1 at 20% power, which even with just light pedaling would take you 15-20 miles an hour. I mean, it's super fun, but you wouldn't be able to enjoy this bike with another group of bikers unless everybody had a bike of the same power. So I started playing with the percentages, and I set 1 to 7%, 2 to 12%, and 3 to 20%. I like those settings a lot better. The first 3 pedal assist settings are basically a Class 2 e-bike, but 4 and 5 can take this thing all out. The other thing I didn't expect about this e-bike is this freaking thing is huge. Like looking at it in person, it just feels gigantic. When you see people riding it, you know, it doesn't look so outlandish, but this thing is so thick and those tires are so beefy. I mean, you can just see the difference compared to a normal, you know, this is just a Walmart brand mountain bike with 26-inch tires, and it just dwarfs the thing. Oh no, don't turn off, you stupid turd. Riding the wired bike. This is no pedal assist. Going 4 miles an hour.
I mean, you can move this bike around, which is good. I was a little worried when I got it out of the box that this thing wasn't going to go at all without, you know, pedal assist, but I mean, I could get it home if it wasn't too mountainous. And then with my new setting, pedal assist 1, I mean, it instantly kicks in a little. Just using 125 watts, and this light pedaling keeps me about 7-8 miles an hour. Get a little exercise, and I could keep up with a regular bike. Go up to pedal assist 2 now. I mean, you can already see it kicks off. I'm now outpacing the 10-mile-an-hour Segway. If I needed to, I could come around the corner and hit the throttle and be gone. Brakes seem to work. Oh, you couldn't hear that. Let's go back up. Hey, I'm back. Now going up this hill, pedal assist 2, just barely spinning. I mean, I can see if I put a little effort into it, I would easily outpace the Segway. But this is very relaxing. I can get up this hill without any trouble. Probably could keep up with somebody on a bike that was panting pretty hard. Get a little exercise. And I can do that when I need to. All right, I don't know what else I want to show. I'm sticking this thing in my pocket, so hopefully I can get some audio. Going down the hill, pedal assist 1. I mean, I very quickly get out of the 2, but you know, kind of push it up to 7. I'm really gonna only get as fast as I could pedal. I mean, I could take this bike this fast, a regular bike this fast. But we're gonna go ahead and go up to pedal assist 3. It's pushing me a little faster now, but it's really hard to get much faster than this unless I put a ton of effort into it. Well, there we go. 20% limits me to 500 watts, which is definitely class 2. And if I pedal a little, it pushes me to 28. I mean, I feel like this is a very safe way to use this bike. But again, if I need to, right here, this is a pedal assist 4, which I have at 50% power. I mean, that's getting me up to the 36 miles an hour, and I'm not even really trying. Lots of wind resistance today. I don't know if you can hear anything, but we shall find out. So we'll just pedal up this hill. This is maybe some exercise, but who knows? I wouldn't really call this exercise. But then to really see what this bike can do, you know, you put it up to 100 and we're gonna go around here. Don't really know what these people are doing. Let's go down to pedal assist 3 since they're like in a parking lot. This is my off-road test. I mean, it has no problem doing any of that. These fat tires are just awesome. And then, you know, I can give it a little bit of gumption and it would do whatever I wanted it to. I had no trouble going down those curves. Let's go through here. So I can slow down. And even if I'm on the lower pedal assist, if I need it, I just hit the, there's a bird. What the heck? It's like a falcon. Look at that little guy. What are you? Goodbye, friend. And that's why I like the throttle not on follow. If I feel I need power, I can just twist it and go. And you can ease into it. You don't have to pull on full blast. It's definitely a potentiometer, not just an off-on switch. I don't know why it would be. Except if you have it on pedal assist 5, it basically is an off-on switch. I mean, it kicks you back. We'll do a little top speed run down this hill just to show you what it can do if you're insane. I don't like how it kicks off with the top one, but we'll start going, make sure nobody's gonna turn. then we'll goose it. I don't know what the peak is on this. Oh, there you go. Over the speed limit. My final thoughts on this bike is, my first impression was I was sending this thing back, or maybe just trying to sell it on Facebook Marketplace as a pre-built. That would be better than losing the $500 restocking fee if I could find somebody who wanted to buy an assembled one. Like, look at that, they passed me, but they didn't need to. I was going the speed limit. Now I like it. It just took some fine tuning of those settings. When I first got it out of the box, I had it on the highest gear ratio. And like, I was like, well, what are the other gears even for? Because as soon as you started pedaling, even at 20%, I mean, which is this, I mean, as soon as you start pedaling, it just kicked you forward. If I want to get up the hills on a lower assist, I need to adjust the gears a little bit. And that's what I really wanted. I wanted to pretend like I had a regular bike sometime, but you know, then if like you're in a town and you just want to zip around to the grocery store, I'm keeping it. I like it. It is heavy. Like, this thing would smash a child. I'm not gonna let my kids ride it, because until they weigh more than the bike, I'm not letting them on this thing. And my kids are tiny. I wondered if I recorded any of that. See, I just... You're supposed to pass me.
Can you like transfer power to my non-electrical bike? You know this.
Oh my gosh.
Either.
It's being on the right gear. If I can push her.
Give me a push.
I don't know how this would work. I don't know.
I like this. That worked.
It didn't feel very safe, but it worked. Alright, so we have a strat for getting you up hills.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.